India. We have stands specifically, of course, for this performance. But we'd like to thank all of you for coming out and for staying. We're very excited to be here. As Rupa commented, we're going to be performing Carnatic music, which is South Indian classical music. And it's a centuries-old tradition performed in South India. And there are a few youth, Indian youth, and even others in the U.S. who continue the tradition based on what we've been passed on from our parents. Our parents were interested when they were in India, and basically it's an immigrant tradition. Some of you that were in Music 146 would have learned about some musical traditions that kind of come with certain ethnicities. They might immigrate and migrate to other countries. You could consider us as a microcosm in the U.S. that performs Carnatic music. There are three key concepts. Rupa touched on a few of them. I'd like to go over them just a little bit in detail. The first is Shruti, and the Shruti is basically a pitch which artists tune to. Both Abhishek and Visrut will be tuning to the Shruti very shortly. It's basically an approximate equivalent to a tonic in Western music, or you can also kind of equivalent it to a key. Here's the Shruti. The traditional instrument that produces the Shruti is called a tambura, and it's a vertical instrument. It looks like a sitar, but it's held vertically. It's just strummed. But over time, that kind of changed into, because it was so hard to lug around, especially if you're moving to the U.S. or somewhere. It became this form, which is Shruti box. And nowadays, if any of you have a smartphone, you just go to the App Store and search tambura, and you can get one for yourself. So that's what comes with technology, right? And the second key component of Carnatic music is a ragam, and a ragam is a musical or melodic mode. And this is kind of a set of notes, and perhaps more appropriately, a set of rules that govern a certain scale, and the scale produces a certain mood. And this is what certain songs are set to. So a song, if it's set to a ragam, will produce a certain mood that's meant, a musical mood. And we'll be exploring that soon. And the third key concept is the taram, which is the beat, or a rhythmic cycle. And we'll be showing you some rhythmic cycles today as well. So a key component in Carnatic music that makes it different from other forms of music is the concept of a gamakam, or musical ornamentation. I'll demonstrate that to you quickly using solfa syllables. So you guys would have heard the solfa syllables. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right? It's simple, kind of basic choir solfa syllables. Well, Indian music also has solfa syllables. In our case, it's sa, ni, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. So if I were to sing this in Carnatic music, it would be the ragam Shankarabharanam, and it would sound like sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. However, we don't just leave it at that. We ornament these swarams with gamakams, and when adding gamakams to the same scale, you would get this. Sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, sa. That characteristic is key in our music, and you'll be hearing plenty of it as we continue on our performance. The way we want to structure today's performance, it's of course a short performance. We want to just take you through a journey, through a quick Carnatic music concert. So kind of introduce you to kind of a listening guide, if you will. And we'd like to start with a typical warm-up piece. It's called a varnam. And in this piece, you'll see the solfa syllables used extensively as the solfa syllables sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. That's where a music learner would start learning. They'd start learning the solfa syllables before they start learning to sing songs. So you'll see those interspersed with lyrics. And this particular varnam is composed in multiple ragams. So you'll see the mood changing continuously, and changes every couple of stanzas. A key thing in Carnatic music concerts is participation, audience participation. So we're going to ask you all to participate. And the way you can do that is by keeping the beat. So as I mentioned earlier, the taram is a rhythmic cycle, and each song is set to a rhythmic cycle. As Ruba mentioned, Adi talam is a common talam, and that's the talam that this particular varna was set to. It's very easy to do. It just deals with clapping and finger movements. So I'll do it a couple times, and I really appreciate it if you guys try also. So it's an 8-beat cycle, and it goes like this. You clap, and then you count 3 times. And then you clap, wave, wave. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. See? You guys are perfect. You can say, you can take my place if you want to. No, but that's basically the main rhythm cycle that we're going to use. We're going to do it just a bit faster, and I hope you enjoy this varna set in 9 different rhymes. They're going to tune. He's going to tune by hitting the rock and changing the leather straps, which